Hello and welcome to Rule of Three's video review for Medal of Honor Warfighter. I'm Roy Mannon, I will be leading the discussion, and with me is my partner in crime, Sinister Dreamer. How's it going today?
Pretty good, and yourself?
Doing awesome. So this should be the last podcast we do without impressions or a third, because he should be coming back for next week when we do Halo. Oh no, next week's Assassin's Creed. Never mind.
Yes. I was about to say, the week after is Halo.
Assassin's Creed or Halo comes out Tuesday. I'm focused on that. Anyway, So, like I said, we're going to be talking about Medal of Honor Warfighter. It's the other first-person shooter that's published by EA, the other one being Battlefield. So since we're talking about Battlefield and Medal of Honor, let's talk about the differences and similarities between the two games. The biggest one being, obviously, Battlefield's a lot open. This is more of a corridor shooter, more akin to Call of Duty. Wouldn't you agree with that?
Yeah, Battlefield's always been, honestly, has always been been the kind of game where it's always been multiplayer game, not story-driven. Being the fact that recently them coming into the whole, hey, let's throw a story into the game, made it kind of interesting.
Yeah, since we're talking about story, I didn't like the story in this game. I did not understand it. Did you end up beating the campaign, or how far did you get?
I think I got a couple acts in, but that's about as far as I got. I kind of got lost, and I'm like, okay, so we're just going around, do a mission, shoot, shoot, do a mission, shoot, shoot. Okay.
Yeah, I was trying to find the overall plot of the game, and I understand it seems to be taking place between kind of two different times, as there's the past ops and then what's going on in the present, but I never understood what the connection was or what the point was.
Yeah, hearing reviews and stuff about the game prior to it coming out, being the whole fact that it was, based off of true stories and whatnot, it's like, I've had military friends that have more exciting stories than the game.
Yeah, the campaign was boring. My original goal was to try to get through the entire campaign. I got to, I think, Act 7, mostly because I ran out of time, and I didn't have any motivation to even go on. I got to Act 2, and I didn't really want to keep playing. I just kept, so I could, get a better grasp of, or try to get a better grasp of what's going on.
Honestly, if I got a choice between Medal of Honor Warfighter and Battlefield, I'd play Battlefield again.
Yeah.
Because the story actually had, yeah, it was jumping back in time, but it had a depth of, okay, what if this possibility could happen? Whereas Warfighter, it was, okay, yeah, this is the missions that they're doing, but it didn't seem like reality. It was like, okay, this is what, based off of what goes on at this time being now over in, the quote-unquote war right now, but it just seemed very dry.
Yeah, I hate to say this, but Call of Duty had a better story. The Modern Warfare series,
Yeah.
that was a terrible storyline, man. I thought it was better. Can you disagree with me, Internet? But no first-person shooter out there has a decent story other than Halo. At least Halo 1, 2, and 3 I don't count. But anyway, no, the story in this one, it gave me no motivation to play campaign. I really didn't want to do campaign. I dreaded it.
Yeah, the campaign for Medal of Honor, it kind of bored me.
Yeah, and it's not just the story of Medal of Honor. I ran into so many bugs, glitches, freezes, and bad gameplay mechanics that, like I said, this game was unplayable for me. I hated it.
Yeah, and for me being the fact that I'm a first-person shooter military game person, I honestly didn't like. Honestly, the series for me has been dying out since not the last Medal of Honor, but the one prior to it. I don't remember what it was back, I think it was early 2000s.
Last one I remember was Rising Sun for the GameCube.
Yeah.
That one was okay. The one before that, I can't remember what the name of that one was. But that's the one that I have like the fondest memories of because I'd go to my neighbor's house and play it. But that was Medal of Honor was good. Like,
Yeah.
I remember the first mission was the storming of Normandy Beach, and that level was awesome.
Yeah. Medal of Honor had the good thing back when they were doing the whole let's do historical, bring backs. That was great because it was historical events that we all kind of know, and seeing the side of it was great.
Yeah.
Just their way of Medal of Honor, the one prior to this one, considering you can't really just say Medal of Honor because there's now two different titles for it. You have the new Medal of Honor, which for me, I didn't even get past, I think, the second mission in that game before I dropped the game.
Yeah.
And then this one, it's just like I pushed myself to get further in.
I think it was the second level. I rage quit, and I haven't rage quit since Dark Souls, and that's because I rage quit on that game all the time. But I enjoy rage quitting in that game. This was just it was in the second mission. It was after the game froze on me, and then I fell through the map at one point because the checkpoint wouldn't load. There's a part where you have to snipe, and I was doing normal sniping, but the game doesn't tell you, and it might be in the manual. I rented it, so I don't know, but there's bullet drop, which is a cool concept, but I didn't know that. I had to go to the internet to figure this out, to find out I had to aim higher in order to shoot further targets. And to me, that's a big fail on the game's point. It should tell me that that's what I have to do. It should, in the first sniping part, go, okay, there's bullet drop. Depending on how far the away are, depends on how high you have to aim so the bullet will hit.
Yeah, I kind of went into this game figuring that, because of the fact that they're trying to get to you being as real as possible, I figured there was always something along the line of bullet drop, or being the fact that the further distance you're away from an enemy, the whole physics comes into hand.
Yeah,
but I guess that's kind of with me being the whole military side is, okay, military game.
Yeah.
Got an idea of probably some sort of, distance render.
Yeah, I mean, for someone like me who plays, I play Battlefield, that's my main one, but, I play Halo and kind of the not as realistic shooters, in my opinion. I mean, they don't have the bullet drop, but, like I said, I like the idea of it just for the realism, but the game should have told me this. That was the biggest issue, was the game should have told me this was going to be the case. And it didn't, and I rage quit there, went to the internet, because I thought it was a bug, because like I said before this, I had to run into like 4 or 5 glitches and a freeze. And the internet's like, oh no, it's not a bug, there's bullet drop, you have to aim higher in order to hit the further, the last couple targets. And then I'm like, oh, okay, thanks for telling me. And eventually the next day I got back on, I got to Act 7, I'm like, I'm done after I finished that, because I was just bored.
Yeah. Because the only part of this game that actually kept my interest was multiplayer.
Yeah,
sadly.
Well, yeah, the multiplayer match we did, which is the video that's showing, I semi-enjoyed that.
I like the fact that it was kind of like Call of Duty, where it was kind of quick, fast. Yeah, if I didn't have the handle on, killing someone, I was dying a lot, but it was the action was fast-paced. You were in, shoot, duck, reload, whatever, throw a grenade. Action was just buzzing.
Right.
I have to say that, it was actually the most intense, I think, half hour we played.
Yeah, that was fun. And I also like, at least in multiplayer, the buddy system they had, the 2-person squad, which is kind of similar to what they did in Battlefield with the 4-person squad, where if, a squad mate's alive, you can spawn on them.
Well, actually,
kind of go in squads of 2.
Yeah, and then actually looking at the whole Medal of Honor thing, because since I got into the multiplayer before you, I was sitting there going through the whole mechanics to setting up a squad. Because, just for fun, whatever, boohoo, waha, I set up a rule of 3 squad. You actually have, I think, 6 slots. I think you can actually fill up your own team to play against people on the other side when you get into multiplayer. So you have your own actual, squad.
Yeah, that makes sense.
With it broken up into Team A, Team B, basically, okay, you have 6 people, but you can break up into doing whatever. So you can actually have, your own match against each other.
Yeah, and that would make sense. I mean, that's just a good multiplayer idea in general.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the multiplayer is like I said, it's the only redeeming quality of it, but once again, I felt that, at least for me, I thought Battlefield 3's multiplayer was better. I even thought Call of Duty had a little better multiplayer system.
Yeah, the regular Call of Duty, not the Treyarch's Black Ops.
No, not Black Ops. Modern.
Yeah, because when you say Call of Duty, some people deferred between both.
Not Black Ops. Modern Warfare 2. Let me state this: Modern Warfare 2's battle system. Even 3's a little, it's it's the same basic thing. I just like 2 better. But no, I just felt those 2 games just are, overall their multiplayer more, more worth playing.
Yeah.
Medal of Honor. And it might just because we had the trial version and we were locked out of almost everything. Unless that's how it starts out, I don't know. But
yeah, I think that's how it is. You start off because I know after our second match, I had ranked up a couple ranks and things started to unlock. So I think it's just the fact that it's kind of like Battlefield, where it's like you start off with the basic equipment that you can use, get better with it, you unlock your rank, which unlocks more gear, more weapons, abilities, yada yada yada.
well, I'm fine with that. It's just I was locked into one game style because there's only one class available.
Yeah, which that was kind of okay. It's like, oh, you chose which basically faction you wanted to go with.
It wasn't only faction; I was stuck as an assault class.
Oh, I was stuck in an assault class, but
I know, but I know the people on our map. I think there's some type of recon class and sniping class because I saw little recon things flying around.
yeah, I don't know if it was because they chose how they chose it, or if it was because the fact that they were, a higher rank.
Right. I don't know. That multiplayer wasn't once again. They didn't really explain multiplayer that well.
No.
And I think that's this game's biggest failing is it doesn't explain anything and it's just bad. So yeah, like I said, multiplayer. It was fun, but I don't know. I wouldn't buy this game for multiplayer.
No.
I'd rather go buy Battlefield, the next Battlefield or Call of Duty for that.
Yeah.
So with that, let's give our Byron's pass for Medal of Honor. I pass. I hated it. I will never play this game again.
For me, it's a rent. It's like, okay, if you like the Medal of Honor series, okay, great. Rent it, play it, send it back.
So there you have it, pass from me and a rend from Sinister. And real quick, we're going to touch upon the other game we reviewed this week. Unfortunately, I don't have any gameplay for it because it was on the handheld system, which is Zero Escape Virtue's Last Hope, which is a puzzle game by ASCII Games, I think that's how you pronounce it. But anyway, the basic plot is it's a complete story-driven game with adventure, like point-and-click adventure elements to it, and you have to solve puzzles. We're not going to go into it as much, but for me, for someone who loves story in their games and likes lore building up, I loved it. I thought it was one of the greatest games I've ever played. It had a deep, enriching story. I loved all the characters. The puzzles were fun, and it was just in general a very well made game. I want the third one to come out. Sinister.
I didn't get very far in the game before I was lost and confused, and I'm like, okay, yeah, done.
Yep, and that's pretty much how everybody's going to feel about Zero Escape is. If you like story and, don't mind, it's more of a visual novel. If you look at it that way, it's more of a visual novel with puzzles in it. You'll enjoy it. However, if you're looking for a game that's just going to keep, you're always doing something, no. This game has none of that. It is a lot of reading and a lot of puzzles. So with that, we're going to give our scores for Zero Escape. I buy.
I pass.
And then our other person who did the written review also gave it a buy, Junebug. So if you want to read her review and our full reviews on this game, go to the website, rule3.com. Sinister's is very short, whereas Junebug's is, pretty long, and mine's super long. Because it's games like this that make me wish that games could be seen as movies and, evaluated as a movie. Because it just has all the qualities of a really, really, really good movie, except it's a game. So that's it for this podcast. Next week, like I said, we'll be doing Assassin's Creed 3. The written reviews will be up, hopefully this coming Friday, with the video portion on Saturday. I will also be doing a solo review on Assassin's Creed Liberation, which is the other Assassin's Creed game that came out last Tuesday. It takes place in New Orleans. It's a female assassin, and it was only on the Vita. I'm the only one with the Vita, so I'm the only one doing it. And that's it. Thank you, Sinister, for joining us.
Thank you.
So remember to check out the website, rule03.com, and like us on Facebook. Subscribe to our channel, and check us out next week. Thanks for listening, and have a good day.